So to recap of the previous video, we are looking for a mechanism that is appropriating energy from an outside source and is going in and making sufficient repairs or involved in the copying process of data. That is what human cells do essentially when they reproduce successfully or continue successfully. Where that data system is interrupted for whatever reason, then we start getting senescence and cell dysfunction and ultimate death of the organism, or less than optimal function. What is interesting is if you look at these sperm cells, they produce at such a rapid rate, you could make an argument the whole bundle of them are always invalid for reproduction, and so it's just a numbers game. But I would put it to you, the argument goes the other way, being that the vast, well, a good number are actually viable. Of course, there's arguments that some sperm are actually there to compete with other sperm, but putting that to one side, there's a good number that are viable and they're produced at such a rate, that copying mechanism, whatever it is, to produce them at such a rate and keep that data integrity is something that deserves a lot of probably a good pointed area of study. Because one would have thought that the sheer rate of production is quite astoundingly high, would have more errors than what you see if the mechanism that we see in the rest of our body is applied there, because that has millions, well, hundreds and thousands, or a great turnover of cells as new sperm cells are produced. I think it was Hayflick who first put in a limit of maybe 22, or I forget how many generations it were for other cells. So looking there in that particular process of spermatogenesis may serve to unlock one of the keys in the mechanism to propagate to other cells to ensure that they have a better copying mechanism. So I would be encouraged to look there. The egg offers an interesting study as well, as in the egg we see that the DNA is in a in-between stage, as it were, and that in-between stage is why you often see degradation beyond the 27th year. I don't know how much that will add, but it's still something to look at when things are stopped mid-phase. But again, the egg intergenerationally, as long as it gets before maybe the 18th or the 18th year, and then up to about the 40th year, you get that degradation curve occurring. So in those first 18 years, and over the 100 generations of humans we've had, the egg system itself also has a system of reproduction that is sufficient to keep that data integral, as it were. And looking at those particular processes, I believe are the places to look first for the mechanisms to propagate to the rest of the human body. Of course, being alert for problems that may cause, but I believe that will be the first step in rejuvenating the condition that we find ourselves in.